This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Addressed the idea of playing the whole, the rest of the season in Arizona with all the teams out there. Problem is that Major League Baseball put out a statement yesterday, kind of saying, not kind of, but pretty much saying that they haven't made any decisions on any kind of plans whatsoever, and that everything is being contemplated. I know players and some managers are talking about it, how they love the idea, but we're still a ways away from doing that. And I don't know how many of these guys are really going to be willing to be away from their families for several months. Although I will say this, they have had the off season, and now they're having more time with their families. So to sacrifice and make several millions of dollars, it behooves you to maybe go away. Now, I wanted to bring this up on the baseball side. Okay? This is what I want to run past all of you out there. In 94, we didn't have a World Series champion. Okay? The strike shortened the season, ended it, and we never got a World Series. Baseball is a game that is already on a severe decline. Baseball is already a game that is slow, boring. Young people don't have the attention span to watch baseball. Okay? Let me run this by you now. Okay? Will baseball benefit from playing a game without fans, without an atmosphere? Terribly. Can you imagine a boring game, a slow game? And by the way, I say boring and slow because I'm saying that's what people under 35 are saying. Okay? I love baseball. I can watch baseball. I don't care. It doesn't bore me. The game isn't as good as it was before with all the strikeouts and just home runs. I will say that it's not as attractive as it was to me when I was younger. There's no doubt in my mind. It's a lesser game now. I will admit that. But I still can watch it. Okay, I got no problem. But think about this. Like basketball, I was thinking about this. We watched the Summer League. You know what I mean? And we find ourselves talking about the Summer League and did you watch this guy or that guy and all this stuff, right? And yes, when they play in the arena, there are people. But when they play the Summer League games in those practice arenas, and there's only the NBA people there, so there's like 100 people there, not a lot of people. No atmosphere. Nothing. But basketball, there's a lot of activity. They're running, they're jumping, they're blocking, they're shooting threes. It's a different ball game because it's constantly moving. Baseball is slow, deliberate. Baseball, I think it sounds crazy to me, but I don't think baseball benefits at all from continuing without fans. They could get their games in. They'll have an opportunity to get a season in if, of course, if everything goes well, and they'll play out the World Series and all of that. But if you play it in an atmosphere with no fans, I think it'll be a disaster. I really do. I think less people will tune in to baseball because it's going to be even more boring without an atmosphere. Less people are tuning into baseball as it is. And the stadiums have people, and they have an atmosphere. How do you play baseball now in empty stadiums? How do you play a slow game like that in empty stadiums? it's a weird combination. It really is. Football, you got, I mean, we've seen games where there isn't great attendance and there isn't a great atmosphere, but yet the game is so fast moving that you can get by with it. With baseball, you got pitching changes, you got everything going on that slows down the game, and then there's nothing to carry you. It's just going to be really quiet. It's going to sound like crickets. You're going to be able to hear every call from the umpire. And they say they're going to use electronic umpires. Let's make it even more boring. Let's take out some personality. Because I got to tell you, right now, we kind of need Frank Drebin to take over and become an umpire. Is it Frank Drebin? Or am I wrong?
It's
Drebin, right?
It's Frank Drebin.
It is Drebin, right? I am right.
Yeah.
That's who we need as an umpire right now. Because if you go to electronic umpires, you're going to make it even more boring and less of an atmosphere. There's not a young person in the world that's going to watch baseball. They don't watch baseball as it is. You're going to make it even more boring now. See, you could be in an octagon and there's two guys fighting and just knocking the crap out of each other. The atmosphere might not be as important. Football, fast pace, hard hitting. Atmosphere may not be important. Basketball, tons of action. Guys flying up and down the court. Atmosphere may not be as important. Baseball, we got problems, Lucy. Lucy, we've got problems. Telling you. Just saying. I don't know if any of you agree with me on this, but baseball may be the one that hurts the most from they're already hurting like everybody else, but a lack of atmosphere I think will be an absolute killer for baseball. Gus 1388 says, "Hey, Vicks Vapor Rub works wonders according to mom and grandma." Big Baparu, exactly. Although I will tell you this, when I used to get migraines when I was a kid, until they figured out I had polyps in my nose and they took out the polyps in my nasal cavities or whatever, the Vicks Vapor Rub and in a dark room, that was about one of my only hopes. Vicks Vapor Rub all over my forehead and sinuses, and then off and running. I had to just lie there and pray that it would go away. Oh, my Lord. But Vicks Vapor Rub did save my ass, I got to say. Adrian Gonzalez says, we've been doing all of our worldwide congregation meetings and activities over Zoom. And Adrian, that's the way it's supposed to be done. We can pray, we can do all we want, and do it at home, man. What we can't do is get 500 people together and pollute each other. That just makes no sense.
Vicks Vapor Rub saved your ass? No, I think it would burn it, bro. It would burn it.
No, it was all over my forehead. It was great, dude.
No, but you said it saved your ass. I don't think it would have saved your ass. It would have burned your ass.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd have been screaming like a little girl.
That's true. Ernesto Ulavarro says, life is too short to watch batter after batter step out of the box to adjust their uniform and scratch their balls. That's true. But think about it. Scratching your balls might be the most entertaining part of it all. Let's see. What else do we have here? Baseball is dead, Play Action 7 says. And guess what? Baseball with no fans might be a nail in the coffin. I mean, do you agree with me on that, Bill? Think about it. You watch Summer League, right? And you're like cool with Summer League when they're not the arena games, but the ones in the practice courts that there's only a couple guys. Yet the next day on radio,
West Palm Beach Community College, man. Back in the day.
No, that's fans. No. In Vegas, they have the ones, or in Orlando or Utah, that are just practice courts. The next day, you and I are on this show, and we're talking about all kinds of different players we saw. I'm just saying, I just think out of all the sports without fans, I think baseball it's suicide. It really is suicide. It's like watching golf, almost.
This is all a money grab.
Right.
Anybody trying to get going, everything. It's all a money grab.
Now, I was anticipating that, right? Because I was either anticipating that somebody would bring it up on the text, or you even brought it up now. Here's the flip side to all of this, doing this whole crap in Arizona. Can you imagine? You move all the teams down there. You set all the stadiums up. You set up all the cameras. You set up the electronic umpires everywhere. And now a couple players test positive. Now you got to shut the whole thing down. And all of a sudden, your money grab became what? An entire loss. More losses.
They contracted it because they went to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah? There you go. Publix employees test positive for coronaviruses at 2 more South Florida stores. That's what I'm saying. You're going to bring people together, bro. And you know what we still don't know about this thing is how much can it stay hibernated in you without being detected. We don't know if that's true or not. They don't know if it's true or not. Okay? Hell, Fauci was saying that he hopes handshaking ends now with this. And he's right, actually. It should end. But back to my point. Baseball is setting itself up for something that they cannot overcome like other sports. An empty stadium in a game that's that slow is absolute torture.